Ready?
How you doing?
Are you in focus, do you
I
know?
will be in focus, yeah. It doesn't matter, I'm not the important person in this.
Well, no, but we don't want to have a body with no edge on it, do we, really?
There you go, I'll be fine. Hi everybody, welcome to Big OGGIE World. Welcome to another little Christmassy video. Or, well, cranberries are for life, not just for Christmas.
Oh, that was not a very nice one.
This is a squidgy one, there's loads of them. It's best be weighing now, must be weight. So, we are doing cranberries today, but we're not doing cranberry sauce. We did that last year on the channel, and there is a video on our Christmas list if you want to see it. Stop picking them all out, because that was weighed.
That's just 2 cranberries less. Go on.
Today we are going to do a recipe that I found in
Olive.
this month's Olive magazine, actually.
We don't often buy olive.
No, Olive is an interesting magazine. In fact, there's a lot of quite posh recipes, let's say, fancy recipes, and also a lot of restaurant stuff. So we kind of look through them before we buy them, don't we?
Yeah.
I will say occasionally I've walked in with a phone and gone, like that recipe, don't bother to buy the magazine. Sorry.
The thing is when you live in the arse end of Cornwall,
You can't get half the ingredients.
well, it's not even they can't get the ingredients, but a lot of the restaurants and that are like
Oh, they're all
London.
London and they're all Manchester
So that's
and
like no
whatever.
good for us anyway.
Not much good to us. Anyway, today we are going to do something a bit different. We're going to do a cranberry curd tart. Cranberry curd tart. Looks good, doesn't it?
But ours won't be decorated like that, so don't
No,
get
this
excited.
is just for show. You don't need it. Basically, that's just frosted fruit on top and a few rosemary sprigs. Who wants that?
Oh, it's a dried orange slices as well. We
Well.
ain't got them either.
No, not the sort of person who puts dried orange slice on the tree, are we?
No.
No. Right. So we're using all the equipment today. I know we've got the old food presser out. Maureen the mixer.
Maureen's the mixer.
Who's this one?
Kitty.
Kitty the
KitchenAid.
KitchenAid food processor. Okay. So we're going to make some pastry first. Put it in the case. Roll it out, bake it, and then we're going to make the curd section after.
Right.
Makes sense? So you don't need those yet. Stop picking them out. Oh,
No,
there's
this
nothing wrong
one's
with that.
it is. It's soft and horrible.
I suggest you sort through your cranberries, alright? Right, so I'll let you get on with making pastry, don't I? You don't need me. I'll go find some more cranberries.
Right. So what am I doing then? Because
You're making pastry, love. Oh, you know how to make pastry with a machine. Right, open the door. Right, so you whack in your flour. All the ingredients will be listed below as usual. You're used to doing pastry by hand, aren't you?
I am. All these newfangled ways. Well,
It did say cube up your butter, but hey, you know.
it don't really matter when you're banging it in a
Well, I
food
wouldn't have thought
processor.
so, no.
Although I will chop that chunk because that will
Okay.
slow down the
So
mixer.
the idea with this is you're literally going to food process it. You can do this by hand as normal. So normally you would cream together your butter and your flour. You've seen us do it so
you
many
wouldn't-
times.
No. That's,
breadcrumbs.
That's breadcrumb, not creaming.
Well, you're crumbing it together.
Yes,
Yeah.
but creaming is what you do with sugar and butter. That's creaming.
So what do you call it when you do flour and butter then?
Flour and butter is crumbing.
Crumbing. You say creaming, I say crumbing. You say potato, I say potato. Right. So we're going to bung this in here.
Like so.
Thought it was about time we used the KitchenAid again. We haven't done it for a while.
No, I mean, it makes such fast work of pastry,
That's a
but
pain in the bum to clean.
it's a lot to clean down all the time. So
Well,
anyway,
I get a mark now on YouTube for saying bum. I've done it twice now.
let's not say it again then, because 3 strikes and you're out, mate.
I know.
Right, ready?
Yep.
I'd say that's breadcrumbs.
I say that's breadcrumby. So to that you add 1 egg yolk.
You could put it through the thingy in the
You
middle,
could put it
but
through the
that
thingy in
makes
the middle.
that makes you have to wash all that.
Wash
out
that as well, yeah.
So 1 egg
Just
yolk.
1 egg yolk, yep. The recipe will say a little bit of almond extract.
Yeah.
If you've seen some of our other recipes recently, the mince pie one especially, you will know that Kay doesn't like almond extract, so we're not putting it in. That's what you can do. Flavourings, you decide on your own choice with things like this.
I think almond at this time of year is like traditional, isn't it?
It's a big thing, isn't it? Nut things at the moment. Almond, marzipan, they're all kind of in right now. So whip that up. Now this should come to a ball, into a ball. If it doesn't, add a tablespoon of water. Bear with.
Can't get the lid back on now. That's it.
If I think we do Bing Crosby and like we could do like bump a bum bum on it, couldn't we? No? On my drum. No? Don't do that. It's getting there.
One egg yolk ain't going to do it.
No. So you need a bit of water. Okay, and I suppose it depends on the size of your eggs.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it does.
At the moment, a lot of eggs we're getting are mixed sizes, so it's tricky, isn't it?
Put 1 tablespoon in to start. What you do not want is over soggy pastry.
No. There you go. 1 ball of pastry.
1 ball of pastry.
So all you do with this now is you get it out and you wrap it in some cling film and you pop it in the fridge for half an hour. Okay, just to let it rest. We'll clean this bit up and we'll come back in a while.
Okay.
How's your cup of tea, love?
Well, still working my way through
Still
it.
working my way through it. So, there you go. Oh, you have your hand off then. So, that's your pastry. Been rested a little while.
It has been rested. Why do we rest pastry, John?
Stop it from shrinking, though.
Yes, that's exactly the reason.
So they say.
So, a little bit of flour.
We're going to use a 20 centimetre
Loose bottom
loose bottomed
flan tin.
flan tin.
So, we need to roll this out.
Different bit's that, really. And a bit bigger.
To about the size of a £1 coin, it says.
Thickness wise, yeah. Now, we will say it's been a bit tricky.
I don't think it's the pastry, I think it's our rolling pin.
Doesn't tend to hold the flour very much, wooden ones, and they're sticky, aren't they? So it has broken a few times.
I would suggest, if you're having problems, or actually before you even start, to stop you having problems, don't use flour on your table, because if you add flour, you're basically making the pastry drier. I would suggest when you roll this out, put a fine mist of oil, just cooking
yeah.
oil, on your table and on your pin.
Bakers use oil all the time
Absolutely.
instead of flour.
Because, like we said, when you start adding into...
You don't want to change the consistency of the pastry or the dough if you're doing dough either. So, the Richard Burton thing that said use oil.
I think it
Paul
probably
Hollywood
was
done it as
one
well,
of them, yeah. But the thing is once you get it into your tin, like that,
you can repair.
yeah, just break bits off and stick it over the bits that are like lacking, if you like. Nobody's going to see this bit because obviously you're going to have a filling in it, so don't worry about it.
Who would know, eh? There you go. So you're going to trim it, are you? Oh, you're doing the rolling pin trim. Very good.
You can do that because our tin is sharp.
Yeah, it's got sharp edges to it.
Obviously, if you're using a tin which is not a loose base tin, just a flan dish, then you're going to have to do it with a knife.
Okay, so that's in. What's next?
So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take a piece of grease-proof,
Yep, okay.
pre-scrunched.
Yep. If you scrunch it up, it becomes easier to put into the tin.
You're just going to lay that into your tin, try and get into the corners a bit. And then you're going to need some baking beans. Now, it is coming up to Christmas, and I would say if you know someone that likes to cook,
Yep.
and they don't have baking beans, buy them, because they are the best thing ever.
Yeah, they are.
They last forever. They're little ceramic beans, so the heat gets into the beans and cooks it from the top as well as the bottom. So they're really good for that sort of thing.
You'll see on a little bit of video we got you some Lakeland, but they're available a lot.
You can get them a lot of places, and they're cheap.
We will
chips.
try and put some on our Amazon shop. We haven't put anything on yet. We will put them on today. If I can find that there's bacon beans on Amazon, I'll put a link to them.
There will be bacon beans without a doubt. I've got two pots. My first ones I got from Talia, which is just a normal baking brand.
Yep. They last forever.
They do, but they make things so much easier. If you don't have baking beans though, don't panic. You can put rice in. That
Yeah,
works
rice works.
because it's
Or any kind of dried pulse will do. Peas, dried peas are good, that sort of thing. What do you say?
Beans, anything like that. But you want something with like that gets a bit heavy.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to sort of keep the pastry flat. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, so I have preheated my oven to 180 fan, 200 if you don't have a fan forced oven,
gas mark.
And gas mark 6.
Yeah, I got that wrong, guessed earlier.
Okay, so we're going to put it in for 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to have a look.
Yeah.
And once it's sort of started cooking, then we will take out the paper and the beans and just let it golden up.
Yeah.
Without the beans in it.
Sure.
That's been in for 15 minutes because it wasn't cooked enough when I checked it 10 minutes, so I would suggest leave it for 15. Now I'm going to take out the beans. This is why you leave extra paper, so that you can pick them all up without burning your hand and dump them into a saucepan or something to cool down. Please don't try and touch baking beans because they're really, really hot.
Yeah. So that's now pale.
Yes, but it is quite dry, as you can see. So we're going to put that back in for another 10
to 15 minutes,
depending. We want it nice and golden, but only golden. We do not want it brown.
No.
The other thing to be really wary of at this point, if you are using a loose based tin, don't put your hand underneath because you will go straight up through, you'll burn your arm and your pastry case will be sat in your hand.
Well, yeah, one disaster is you could ruin the tart cakes. The other one is you burn your hands over it.
So be careful. So stage 2 is we're going to make a cranberry curd.
Yep, this is the filling for the tart.
It is the filling. So it is cranberries and well, it's like a cranberry custard almost, is it not?
Well, I guess it is in a way. Yeah, you're going to start with a kind of a coulis. So you're going to do your cranberries and some caster sugar and 150 ml of water.
Right.
You're going to.
So the 150 ml of water is just to get the cranberries
Get it started.
Because they are juicy little things when they get going. So I'm going to put the sugar in first.
The idea is now you put this on a medium heat and you just simmer it for about, well, they're saying 6 to 8 minutes. Literally, you are waiting for these cranberries to burst. When they kind of burst and got all lovely.
And this is why I love cooking with cranberries, because they go.
You're doing it again.
I can't help it.
Stop picking out cranberries, they're going to burst, love. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but I've put some extra ones in because the ones I took out before. With cranberries, they're amazing little things because they go from like being whole and quite hard to being nothing in like 1 minute.
Yes, at one point it'll be like, when's that ever going to happen? The next minute it's done.
Gone.
Yeah, the idea is it's supposed to be saucy and syrupy, but not jammy, so we're not going to reduce it down. We just want to break all these cranberries down. Once we've done this, we're going to pop it into a blender. Now, you could hand blend if you had one.
Yeah, we don't have
a
hand
one.
blender. Like a stick blender is what we're talking about.
Yeah, we need to get one. Christmas.
That will be on our
Merry Christmas
list.
Just like for Christmas.
Do not get me a hand blender, please.
And then we're going to have to use a proper blender, a normal blender.
Yeah, we're going to stick this into our normal blender, and that's absolutely fine. If you don't have a stick blender but you have a normal blender, that's absolutely fine because there's quite a lot of this.
Yeah.
As I was saying to John earlier, the problem if you don't have a stick blender is if you're making small amounts of sauce, it will get lost in your big blender.
It needs to get past the blaze, doesn't it? Really,
Absolutely.
and further up.
So I'm going to give this a little stir because I want the sugar to dissolve and not just sit on the bottom and burn.
So, we shall come back when this is basically done this. 6 to 8 minutes, okay?
Right, so as you can see, our pastry is now golden. So in total, ours took 25 minutes.
Yeah, about that one.
So you're looking between 25 and 30 minutes. Now, the next thing that's happened as well, John, I don't know if you want to get a close-up of this, is our cranberries have basically burst, as you can see. The lovely thing about cooking with cranberries is when they start bursting, they make little popping noises.
Yeah, you say it's like that grapple pop going on.
It is, it's lovely. Right, so I'm going to turn this off because we don't want it jammy. We want it syrupy, which is what it is, but not jammy. And the next step is we need to blitz this in a blender until it's smooth, and then we're going to pass it through a sieve. Now, if you don't have a blender at all, you could just pass it through a sieve, but it's going to take work.
Yeah, I would say maybe get a potato masher and mash it a lot.
Mash it with a potato masher is a good plan, and then push it through your sieve to try and make sure you've got no lumps in it, basically. Stand back because of splashes. Get a nice clean tea towel.
Yeah, or we put a tea towel on top of something like this.
And hold it. Okay, so that is smooth.
Okay, so we're going to pour it into a heat-proof bowl.
Through a sieve.
Through a sieve, and then we let it cool down a little bit. It's got to cool down before we can play around with eggs.
Yes, otherwise we'll have cranberry scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, a whole new Christmas recipe we invented.
I'm going.
Snackily, I guess.
Do it in stages, guys. Don't overload the sieve. And then just wiggle it through.
Yeah, remember you are literally working with hot jam right now. So, again, be careful. Take your time, don't go mad.
It smells like Christmas.
You sure don't want a ham blender for Christmas, lovely?
No.
It wouldn't be a surprise, but it'll be a ham blender for Christmas.
I'll have a hand blender for Christmas, but I want a KitchenAid one.
There's another mortgage.
Yep.
So, once we've done this, can you stop a second up?
Sorry.
So I'm getting noises in my ears. I know what it's going to be like on that audio. So, once you've done this, sit it through, let this cool down for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. The pastry is already starting to cool, which is good. We will come back when we're ready for the next stage.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're back. And this is going to be the interesting bit, because now we need to make kind of like a custard. So we have passed our cranberry stuff through a sieve so it's nice and smooth, and we've let it cool slightly, because what we don't want is for us to pour the egg yolks in and them to go to custard, scrambled egg rather. So over a bain-marie, which is a posh word for a simmering saucepan, use a heat-proof dish or another pan or whatever, but it needs to be heat-proof. So we're going to put that on to come to a simmer, and whilst that's going up, I'm going to add 3 egg yolks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir them in with my spoon, and then we're going to start beating them. Now you can do it with a hand whisk, but you're probably going to need to beat this for about 6 minutes. So I'm going to use my electric whisk, but on a very low
Power setting.
Yeah. So in go the egg yolks.
Just whilst Kelly's doing that, obviously in this recipe we've used an egg yolk in the pastry and 3 egg yolks here. So we've got the whites of 4 eggs. You can freeze these, pop them into a sandwich bag, freezer bag, stick them in the freezer. You can actually freeze egg yolks as well, but you need to put a bit of salt if you're going to.
Or sugar.
Or sugar, is it?
Yeah.
But these egg whites, we can freeze them, make them use for meringue at another point.
I'm just going to stir in the egg yolks, roughly.
Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of footage of that for a bit of close up, so there we go. So they mix in pretty quickly, to be honest, without actually doing anything weird. And now it's just a question really of, well, carrying on and volumizing it. That's a good word, isn't it? Volumizing it.
It's volumize. A bit like shampoo. Okay, so we're going to test this now. You need to have it so that it coats the back of a spoon thickly.
I'd say that's doing what it says it's supposed to do.
Absolutely. So that bit's done. And now for the final piece, which is we need to beat some butter through it, which will make it go nice and shiny. So John, could you possibly scoop that in there?
I can do that.
And then I'll whisk it through.
I'll be your Johnny to your Fanny. There we go. I don't have a
Perfect.
unit suit on.
So I'm going to whisk it through again. And I'd say that that was that.
So the idea now is it's smooth and shiny, which it is.
It is. So, final stage is that we now need to pour that into our cooled, because it is cool,
now immediately I am surprised, because when I first started with this I thought there's not going to be enough mixture. But the beating
right.
and all the work with the butter and everything else, it's just, it's just puffed it up, hasn't it?
Yeah, in fact it's puffed it up so much that we don't actually need all of that.
Yeah.
Now that is going to go into the fridge now to chill for at least an hour, but obviously you can leave it in the fridge for as long as you want.
Yeah, it's got to firm up now, that's the whole point.
Tastes delicious.
And then it'll be done. So, thank you very much, Kelly, for your help today. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to make a little chantilly cream with this.
Yeah.
We could do that on video as well.
We may as well.
We may as well, yeah.
It's got a little bit of cinnamon in it, so that it sort of tastes, you know, it's got a bit of a Christmas spirit.
We'll come back when this is cooler.
Yeah.
And when it's done, and we'll make a little chantilly cream. It's literally
we'll
just cream and some sugar and a tiny bit of cinnamon because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay,
See
back in a while. Okay, darling, let's do chantilly cream.
Okay, so I'm putting 150 mils of double cream into my bowl.
Yep. Very good.
Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of icing sugar.
Just to sweeten it a little.
Also to thicken it a little.
That's thicken it a little, yeah.
And then the recipe says half a teaspoon, but we have got children who are not mad keen, so we're just going to put a quarter of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon in.
Just going to beat it up until it's thick.
We need soft peaks.
Soft peaks, yes we do.
So please don't over whip your cream, because if you over whip it, it will be horrible. Soft peaks are soft peaks, not firm peaks. And if you do over whip, because let's face it, with these things it's very easy, you can just add a little tiny bit of milk and beat it again. But if you're rebeating it, use a hand whisk, and that will bring it back down.
Don't get carried away.
No.
You don't want to make clutter. So, soft peaks.
Peaks, as you can see.
Yeah, just kind of collapsing. There we go. Perfect. So, we made the cream a little early. The tart is still going to be in the fridge for a while for us. We'll show you a picture at the end. It's going to be delicious. We know it's delicious because we've kept some of the what was left of the mixture.
Yeah, we had a little bit too much mixture to go into our dish.
You popped in a ramekin.
So I put it in a ramekin because it's kind of like mousse.
It's like a cranberry mousse.
Yes.
And it's really lovely. Sweet when it starts, and then it hits you that little bit of sharpness at the end. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you'll see the picture as usual at the end. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Pop over to our shop as well if you get a chance. It's called Big OGGIE Golf on Amazon, but there'll be a link in the description below.
Yeah.
But
that's
if you
where
want
you'll
to see
find
anything,
your baking beans.
that's where you'll find your baking beans. It is now. I put them on most of the equipment that we use and lots of ingredients and stuff.
Yeah.
So, again, thank you very much for subscribing. This may well be the last
Christmas
video before Christmas.
Yeah.
So I hope you all have a wonderful time. Do you hope you all have a wonderful time?
I do. I hope you all have a peaceful, happy Christmas. I hope all of your dreams come true. And I'm not sure if we'll see you before the New Year.
Yeah, I've got a couple of videos to put out, but it won't be kind of already done, so they're not.
We wish you a very happy and healthy New Year too.
Yeah.
See you all again.
We'll see you personally in 2024.
Yeah.
But you'll see videos before then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye everyone.